What's up? Demon Killer back again. Today we're going to be doing a review on the GeekVape Master Coil Building Kit version 3. So this is the biggest coil building kit that GeekVape sells. Okay, obviously it's got a waterproof zip all the way around. I thought that was kind of cool. As you can see, it's plastic coated, so when it zips closed, it's fairly waterproof. I wouldn't go and drop this in a pool, but if you mess something on the sealed case, you can definitely not have to worry about it going into the actual interior of the case. So, this is the case. Let me open that up. Boom. Okay, let me just go back here a little bit. Okay, so that is the entire kit. So we have on this side, we have coil bits, basically to roll your coils on. They are each one of these two rods over here that you can see, the tall ones, those are double-sided. So I will show you that. Oh, what a struggle. There has to be an easier way to do this, but anyway, so you have numbers on them over there that you can see. Basically is 3 mil, 3.5 mil, 2 mil, 2.5 mil. Okay, then let me see if I can do this with one hand. Okay, then the next thing we have over here is needle tipped tweezers. Okay, these things have a little plastic cover on them for a very good reason. These tips, they will go straight into you. They are needle nosed. They are literally like a needle. These things will go straight into your skin with pretty much zero resistance. I have done it. It is extremely painful. So try and keep this plastic piece on it. Next up, okay, I'm just going to bring this stuff up. You guys saw the picture of the whole kit. It's just easier like this. Next up, we have ceramic tipped tweezers. You'd see the GeekVape logo over there, same as the other one. I didn't show it, but also had the GeekVape logo over there. Ceramic tipped. This is for when you actually touching the coil while firing it, because the ceramic doesn't conduct electricity, so you won't end up with a short. Whereas if you touch your coil while firing it with anything metal, it is definitely going to short out. So you don't want that. Okay, next thing's part of pretty much every kit you get. There is a flat and there is a star screwdriver. Magical. Nothing really special there. Then we have elbow toothless pliers. As you can see on the inside there are no teeth. They are completely flat. And they also have a curve in them. What I do with these, actually, that I could tell you, a little bit of a hack that I do. You won't actually be able to see it because it's worn away, but on the tip, about, let me get a piece of wire, and then I could actually show you. I had a whole bunch of wire here. Okay, so what I do is when you're trying to straighten wire, so this is a straightened piece of wire, when it comes off the reel, it is not straight. Here is a piece that has come off the reel. As you can see, there's a big curve in it. You then straighten it with a drill. So when you want to put this into the drill, what I've done is I've found the perfect length for my drill, and I marked it with a permanent marker. So what you do is you can clamp it to the same point, the same depth every time, and put a bend in it. Boom. Then you can feed that into the chuck of your drill, and boom, claptons, things like that. But I like things uniform. I like to know that if I'm doing 3 wires in a twisted configuration, that all 3 of these little hooks are going to be the exact same size, the same angle, etc. So I know that when I get it to the line that I've marked, I can just give it a bend, and there we go. It's going to be the same on every single wire that I do. So it's just a little bit of a pro tip for that. These things are crazy. Every time I saw a picture, I wasn't sure what the hell this was. Looks like a crazy little pair of glasses, man. It's like, whoop, whoop. This is a pair of scissors. I freaking kid you not. If you've not seen this in a kit, you might not know what these are. But this is a pair of scissors, so check this out. So you pull them apart. That side comes out, then that side comes out, and then you fold them. And boom, you have a pair of scissors. That is insane. Like, to me, I'm all about the mechanical crap like that. It works well. It's a compact little thing, and it works well. Those are your scissors. That obviously comes in the kit. Then these babies are probably the most important, well, not the most important, but one of the most important tools in this kit. Not items, tools. So you can buy wire cutters pretty much anywhere. But look at these. They are extremely flat on the back, so you can get this right up. Let me grab a post quickly so you guys can see. Okay, boom. You can get this right up against that post, flat, 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 and clip your lead. So, very nice pair of wire cutters that come with the kit. Then you get this little box. I'm going to be honest, I'm not 100% sure what this is for. I think it might be for batteries, maybe. I don't know if an 18650 would fit in here. Let me check. You know what, I'm going to check. I'm generally a lazy person, but when it comes to making videos, I feel like I need to rather make it a bit longer and go that extra mile. That is a battery case. So that is an 18650. There's still a little bit of space around it. So it comes with a battery case. I'll be honest with you, I don't have very many spare batteries. So at this point, my battery is either in a mod or it is in a charger. That is just the way it goes. So yeah, so you got a little battery box here. I have a whole bunch of coils in my hand, little bits of spare wire, Allen keys, things like that. That's what I keep in this little box. And little bits of cotton. If I only use half a sheet of cotton, I'll just put the rest of it in this box, keep it nice and clean. Okay, next thing is the actual coil making little tool. So you can see the GeekVape logo there. We've got a hole in the top, and we have the actual twisting mechanism. So it's 2.5, 2.5, 3, 3.52 on the other one. And then basically, what have we got here? We've got a 3 and a 2.5. So here is the 3 and 2.5 rod. And then what you do is very simple. You unscrew the top of this. Boom. Oh, and then you drop the head on your laptop because you're a real G. Okay, and you put the rod into the thing. And you screw the cap back on. You then take your wire and you feed it through. Let me see, there's the holes there. So we're going to feed it through depending on which way you like to wrap. If you wrap over, you go through that hole. If you prefer to wrap under, you go through that hole. So for me personally, you could see the over hole is worn, the under hole is not, because I like to wrap over. So you then put the wire through, take the cap that matches the actual number, and give it a twist, and that will make a coil. I'm not going to ruin this little bit of wire because I can actually make a coil out of this. So anyway, that is that. Obviously you get the different rods as I showed in the beginning for the different sizes, and you get the different twisting pieces for obviously to match each one of those rods. Now we come to the final piece of the kit, and I will be honest, this is why you buy a kit like this. All these other tools you can buy from a hardware store. The coil twisting, like little jig thing, they just call it a coil wrapping tool. You can buy these. Every brand kind of has their own. There's a Kuro Concepts brand that is pretty well known across the world. So you can buy those anywhere. Everything else in this kit you can buy somewhere else. Except this. This is the GeekVape Pro testing box, basically. I don't know. Testing tool, tester, coil tester, ohm reader, whatever you want to call it. I really like the design. It's got like a teardrop look to it. I love it. Anyway, it runs off of one 18650, which I'm about to put in it right now. So boom, we have an 18650 in, the display is on, little magnets on the doors, little magnets on the back, close that up, boom, and you have F2, which if you look at the top left, F2 is no atomizer. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see those, but it has a listing of all the warnings there. So what I'm going to do, just for the purposes of demonstration, let's take this big boy Chaos off of the Starry Night. And yeah, this thing has a little bit of a leak, which is going to be a bit of a negative in the review, but whatever. And we'll put it on the build deck over here. Obviously has a 510 connection, just like 99% of things. It's reading out at 0.47. And the cool thing about this, there we go, F0, which is ready to fire. The cool thing about this is that GeekVape actually advertises this. It has a rotating base, so there it's flat, there it's vertical. You can actually vape on this. So let me show you. Close my airflow. Whoops. So yeah, this is basically like a regulated mod. So it has battery surge protection, overload, underload, etc. protection, no coil protection, short protection, all that sort of stuff. So if ever you just have one spare battery and maybe you have a dual battery mod and those batteries are on charge, hook it up to this and have a vape. Really cool to me. Beast feature. Anyway, I'm going to take that back off, put it back on the Starry Night where it belongs. Well, for now, I don't know how long I'm going to be using it, to be honest. If I can't figure out a way to fix the leaking on it, it's a 7 ml tank. So if that thing leaks out overnight, that's a lot of liquid to go through. 5 on, 5 off, pretty much like a normal vape. And that is it, guys. 12 minutes. So yeah, that is pretty much the GeekVape V3 test kit. Well, coil building kit, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, it also comes with, I think, a couple coils. I think it came with like 4 coils. And a little bit of cotton, which I just threw out. It was like one of those sheets. It's like I don't know if you guys know, but actual cotton, like the cotton bacon that I use, is, of course can't open the bag, is like a long, fluffy little thing. It's like an elongated cotton wool ball. Whereas the pads, those things are like, they're actually textured. So they're actually pressed into a hard sort of cotton, like you get things like these little round pads that you clean your face with. Cosmetic pads, I think they're called, for basically makeup removing. It's basically the same sort of a concept, and though it's pretty rubbish for wicking, like it doesn't wick up as nicely as this does, so I basically just threw that straight out. But yeah, anyway guys, that was the GeekVape coil test kit, and I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Thanks a lot for watching. Peace. Yo guys, just figured I'd add in with the kit. It is not something you have to buy. The only reason I bought it is because the tools that I had that were similar to the tools that are in this kit were not similar enough to really work well with vaping. The coil decks and things that you're building on are extremely small. So a lot of these tools are designed to be quite small to get into those sort of areas. The big thing with it is that the coil reader is a very crucial piece of equipment. You get them for different prices. I would say maybe $400-500 on their own, which is all you actually need. But I bought this because I figured all the tools are in it, and GeekVape is incredible quality. I love GeekVape. I'm not sponsored by them. This is not a sponsored quote or sponsored video quote, whatever. But yeah, I have noticed with the two mods that I have of theirs, the mechanical mod, the um, the Starry Night, which is right here, that they have quality. I handled the Coil Master kit, and I'll be honest with you, my personal opinion, it did not feel like it was the same quality as this, and I believe they're about the same price. Um, so yeah, 950 bucks. If you add up all these pieces individually, I tried that initially. I saw the kit and I was like, wow, 950 bucks, that's a lot of money. Um, but when you add up everything, so I basically added up, it was the coil, the actual coil meter, the measuring, the ohm meter, the needle nose uh, tweezers, the ceramic tweezers, and the wire cutters. I added that up and it came to about 600 and something bucks. For me, it was like, just spend the extra 200 bucks, get the full kit that comes in a great case. Like, this case is amazing. It's like one of the best, like, it's a proper hard, waterproof case. So, oh, water resistant. I'm not going to say waterproof, don't quote me on that. But I do believe from my diving knowledge that this is at least water resistant, if not waterproof. Um, but anyway, my whole thing is, to build your own coils, you need a coil meter. That is it. You do not need anything else that is in this kit. But if you are like me, where the tools that you did have that were similar to this wouldn't work, or you don't have any of these tools, then I highly recommend going out and getting this kit, because it is everything you could possibly need. And yeah, like I don't know of anything else that I need for making coils other than this. Fishing swivels and a drill, but that is for really advanced coils. But other than that, you don't need anything else for making coils, which is why I got this kit. But I want to make sure that everyone who watches this video knows, you do not have to have this. You need an ohm reader, and that is it. Anything else you can improvise with other like tools from hardware stores, etc. A lot of these tools, if you buy them individually, are quite expensive because they're specifically for vaping. And one thing I've noticed in my life is that you can go and get a fishing knife, and the fishing knife will cost you 500 Rand. Or you can go and buy a knife at a flea market that looks identical, has the same features, teeth, a little, like it's got the little hook to cut the fishing gut, things like that, and it'll cost you 150 to 200 Rand, and it'll be pretty much the same thing. It'll work exactly the same. So a lot of these vape specific tools are very expensive for what they are. So yeah, basically my finisher for this is, if you don't have any of this stuff, go out, get the kit for sure. If you have most of this stuff and all you need is the ohm reader, just get an ohm reader, because it's going to save you a lot of money. I basically go big or go home with everything that I do, period. So right in front of me, boom, 800 plus another 100 for the head, 1150. That Medusa head came with the mech kit. I have about 10-20 different types of wire. I've got a mechanical, the GeekVape Mech Pro there. Yeah, here's another one over here. Yeah, there's literally just vape stuff everywhere. So for me, I'm all about it, which is why I generally go for the bigger things all the time. But you guys don't have to do that. Vaping is a very expensive thing to get into, and especially when you're getting into rebuilding and things, like $1,000 for this kit, that's a lot of money to add on to. Let's say you're rebuilding on this, so you've got 800 for this, you've got 100 for this. It was on special, so this may be more, and you're then gonna have to get wire, which is more money, and then you're gonna have to buy this kit, which is $950. So if you want to rebuild on the Vapresso Swag, you're looking at about 2,000, about there, maybe 3,000. Like, it's a lot of money. So you guys don't have to go out and buy all this insane stuff. I just wanted to add that onto the end of this video. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Peace.